Hey, what up guys? Alex Khan here, and one of my viewers was asking me if a 1/12 scale G.I. Joe action figure would scale well with the Barbie movie RC car. So it's kind of difficult to answer that because the car on the exterior would be just about 1/10 scale roughly. But the issue here is this thing is made to hold 12-inch figures. A 12-inch figure like this would be considered to be about a 1/6 scale figure. So look how tall this doll is compared to the car that she fits in. She is longer than the freaking wheelbase of the car. So if you want to make a figure fit here, you're going to have a very difficult time because there's so much space in the interior because this interior was made to fit a freaking 12-inch figure. But that said, I'm going to go ahead and line up some action figures and see how they scale with this Barbie movie RC car. All right, so here are the different scaled action figures that I have for the Barbie movie RC car. So let's start with Barbie herself, even though I already showed you how big she is. So Barbie is about a 12-inch figure. She's way too big for this car, even though the car is designed to fit her inside. If you look on the outside, she just looks way too freaking big. So we're gonna pull her to the side. Here we have this Wild Wild West Will Smith action figure. He's roughly almost 9 inches tall. And you can see he looks a little too big, a little too tall for this car. Now the C1 Corvette generation, they were all pretty tiny cars. But a guy wouldn't be this big right next to the freaking 56 Corvette. So next we have Starsky and Hutch. These are some very old school dolls. And these guys almost look pretty good. They seem a tad bit too tall, like barely a tad bit too tall. But these guys are just short of 8 inches. But they do fit really well inside the car. So let's put Hutch inside. And then we'll put Starsky here inside the car. See how they look inside. So these guys actually, they do look pretty good inside the car, as you can see. But I think when you have them standing outside the car, they look just a little bit too tall. But because the interior is exceptionally large for this car, they do look kind of good inside. So they might be a good fit, even though they're kind of tall on the exterior. Next, I think this guy's gonna be a really good fit. Ryan Gosling, who is actually in the movie. He plays Ken. But this is a 7-inch NECA figure from the Blade Runner movie. And there are actually pictures of Ryan Gosling standing next to a 56 Corvette when they're promoting the movie. But he looks to be the perfect height. Look at that. Now, the problem here is when you put him inside the car, because again, the interior is so freaking big, I don't think it's gonna work that well. Because look at all the space inside right now. That trench coat is preventing him from sitting down all the way. You can lean him like this, then it looks like he's just chilling in the car, but he looks way too small from this angle. So he would be up like this, I guess. Yeah, it looks a little off. You'd have to like scoot him up. You basically have to modify the interior. But on the exterior, this is about the right height for a guy who's 5'11", like Ryan Gosling. Maybe something in between him and Starsky and Hutch would be the right height. I don't know. But again, because the interior is so freaking big, it's hard to say that's the right scale. Now, I don't have a G.I. Joe action figure, but I do have a 6-inch figure. This is a Return of the Jedi Boba Fett 6-inch from well, I just said Return of the Jedi. But you can see he looks a little too short. So if you're trying to get this car for one of your G.I. Joes, I think it's gonna be really tiny because he looks kind of like a kid next to this car. And then if you thought Ryan Gosling was too small for the interior, look at Boba Fett. He kind of vanishes into the seat right here. So yeah, I don't know. I would say the best looking fits would be Blade Runner Ryan Gosling or one of the Starsky and Hutch size dolls. But you can see there's a bit of a size difference between these two. So I think the NECA figure is probably the best fit for this car. But it's just too, it's weird though, because again, the interior was made for 12-inch figures. So I'm not sure if this is the right car for you guys, but it definitely looks pretty cool. I've only seen one other 56 RC Corvette, but maybe you can get the other one, but it's hard to find that one.